Florian Wirtz provides perfect response to Liverpool critics as Germany books World Cup spot. Florian Wirtz provided 2 outstanding first-half assists as Germany booked its place at the 2026 World Cup in style. Julian Nagelsmann's team knew heading into the group decider against Slovakia that a defeat would see Germany lose its grip on first place and drop into the playoffs. A draw or win was needed to secure an automatic spot in North America next summer. And 3 points never looked in doubt when the action got going. Germany amassed 70% possession and created 8 shots on target in an outstanding first-half showing. 4 of those were converted via Nick Woltemade, Serge Gnabry, and Leroy Sane, too. Wirtz provided the assists for both of Sane's goals just before halftime. The first was sublime, as Liverpool's number 7 played a quick 1-2 pass with Woltemade and then unleashed a long through ball from inside his own half that bypassed the entire Slovakia backline. Sane latched onto it and then coolly slotted the ball into the back of the net at pace. 5 minutes later and Wirtz again teed up the former Manchester City man when he cut inside and floated a deft cross in toward the back post. Sane skillfully tapped it into the back of the net with an orthodox outside-of-the-foot finish. But Wirtz is showing underlined the level of performance Liverpool hoped it was purchasing when the Reds made the 22-year-old their record signing in July. He has so far failed to live up to that potential, with just 3 assists in 16 appearances for Liverpool. Wirtz is yet to score for the club. There have been signs of improvement recently, however, with the Champions League displays against Eintracht Frankfurt and Real Madrid undoubtedly his best yet in a red shirt. He has faced an increasing media spotlight over recent weeks and has struggled to hold down a regular starting spot. Wirtz has started just 2 of the last 5 league matches. Yet, Arne Slot will hope he returns to Liverpool with a spring in his step after the excellent display in Leipzig. The Reds head coach will also be encouraged to see him performing so well from a left-wing position. Given Dominic Soboslai's impressive form and the desire to start with Ryan Gravenberch and Alexis Mac Allister at the base of midfield, Wirtz has often been deployed in the wide areas for Liverpool. Both assists for Germany came with Wirtz moving inside on his preferred right foot, which Slot will hope to see in the coming weeks at club level. Florian Wirtz sends Liverpool message after being labelled problem for Arne Slot. Florian Wirtz demonstrated his prowess as the Liverpool star provided 2 assists for Germany in their World Cup qualification match against Slovakia. Julian Nagelsmann's team required only a draw against the FIFA-ranked 46th side to secure their spot in next summer's tournament, but made light work of their opponents, who were joint top heading into the clash. Nagelsmann and his squad have been under increasing pressure leading up to a hard-fought victory over Luxembourg, where they relied on 2 goals from Nick Woltemade to ensure a top 2 finish. Former Bayer Leverkusen star Wirtz has faced scrutiny since his move from the Bundesliga to the Premier League. Despite his £116 million transfer during the summer transfer window, Wirtz has yet to make a significant impact at Liverpool, leading to heightened criticism after the Reds were beaten 3-0 Manchester City just before the international break. However, he made significant progress towards silencing his critics with an outstanding performance for Germany in their final World Cup qualification match. Wirtz set up Leroy Sane for his 2 first-half goals as they comfortably led 4-0 at halftime. The 22-year-old provided 2 quick assists, first delivering a brilliant ball over the top for the ex-Man City winger. He then displayed exceptional vision to float a ball towards the back post for Sane to run onto and place into the net just before halftime. He was substituted after 77 minutes with his team firmly in control. After Liverpool's defeat to Man City earlier this month at the Etihad Stadium, Gary Neville labelled Wirtz as a problem for the Reds. The ex-Manchester United defender said, "Wirtz is a problem, let's be clear. Let's call it as it is. It's an issue. To be fair, I said a few weeks ago about Milos Kerkez that he looks like a little boy out there. Wirtz looked like a little boy and that can't be the case. He's a German international of great standing and he looks well short in respect of what you'd expect in a top physical match." However, Germany's head coach was quick to defend Wirtz, pointing out the difficulties the Liverpool playmaker faces both on and off the pitch. "To be honest, the overall situation doesn't make it easy for Flo either," said Nagelsmann. "The whole club isn't as stable this year as it was last year. It's much harder to slip into the team now. If you look at the game against Manchester City, they were actually the worst team over the 90 minutes. So it's also difficult for Flo to make a big impact. Ultimately, the overall situation is such that he just needs a little more time, which is normal. You see that with other players who move to the Premier League too. He added, "We all know what he's capable of, and it's perfectly normal for a player of his age to go through a bit of a dip in form. We can't expect him to perform at the same level for 3 years straight. Instead, we all need to support him a little bit so that he can clear his head here, and then maybe Liverpool could also help him out by scoring some of the chances he creates. That would be one idea, because he does not create few chances, it's just that they somehow don't like to shoot the ball in. That's also part of the truth." Gakpo message, Wirtz puts on a show, Bradley injury concern, Liverpool international roundup. Liverpool's players enjoyed a good night of international action on Monday, with 4 members of Arne Slot's Red squad involved in World Cup qualifiers. Northern Ireland, Germany, and the Netherlands all won their final group games, with the latter pair securing their places in next summer's tournament as a result. The performance of the night was undoubtedly Germany, who battered Slovakia 6-0 in its decisive encounter. A defeat would have seen the Slovaks top Group A. Instead, an outstanding display from Julian Nagelsmann's team ensured it will avoid the playoffs. Florian Wirtz was at the center of that success, with 2 outstanding assists, and that's where we start. The first assist was magnificent as he picked out Leroy Sane with a long ball from inside his own half, before the ex-Manchester City star coolly finished into the back of the net. Sane was again the benefactor of an excellent Wirtz pass 5 minutes later as the winger tapped in from a perfectly weighted ball to the back post. The 6-0 win was a much-needed boost for Germany to conclude what has been a mixed qualification campaign. The Netherlands also guaranteed its spot at the World Cup next summer with an impressive 4-0 victory over Lithuania in Amsterdam. Virgil van Dijk played the full 90 minutes at the heart of defense, while Cody Gakpo got his name on the scoresheet during his 78-minute showing. The Liverpool winger netted from the penalty spot in the second half and also set up Xavi Simon's goal 2 minutes later. The Dutch had been all but assured of a place at the World Cup given its significantly better goal difference over second-place Poland, but Monday's win rubber stamps that achievement. Ryan Gravenberch was an unused substitute for the game, something Ronald Koeman had hinted at beforehand. Michael O'Neill's side already knew it would finish second in the group regardless of the score in Belfast, but the result sets it up nicely for the playoffs in March. Given the concern over players collecting suspension-triggering bookings, several missed out against Luxembourg. But Bradley started and captained the side before being replaced at the interval. It's unclear if this was due to an injury, and O'Neill will no doubt provide an update after the game.